What is going on, guys? Hope you're having a marvelous day. Today we're going to talk a little bit about fractions, and you might be saying, Mr. Brown, why are we talking about fractions? This is art class. Well, we're going to have to measure stuff, and we're going to be measuring fractions. So today we're going to go down to a quarter. That's going to be the smallest fraction we talk about. And a quarter is if you take a whole thing and then you slice it in half, and then you take one of those halves and you slice it in half again, that is a quarter. So 1/4 is a quarter. So here we go. Let's we need a thing. Let's bake a pie. Crust got a little thick on that end. All right, so golden brown crust. Put it in a pie tin. Make it a hot, steamy apple pie. So there we go, a hot, steamy apple pie. And this is one. Ooh. There we go. This is one. So this is one apple pie. So let's say I'm not a baker. I don't bake. My mom is a baker. So let's say I go over to my mom's house and my mom has made an apple pie. She cuts the apple pie into slices, and I have a slice of apple pie. So we need a slice of apple pie. It's put some apple filling in there. Some apple slices. They should be a little bit longer. Some crooked, maybe. There we go. Make it a nice, big, thick slice of pie. Maybe it's nice, juicy. Some of that apple sauce, the delicious apple juice, pie juice. I don't know, whatever it is. And then, of course, it's hot and steamy, so we got to draw some steam coming up off of that pie. There we go. So we've got our slice of apple pie. So this apple pie, this slice of apple pie, represents a fraction. And this is, if my mom served me one slice, this is one slice out of, and then there's my fraction line. One slice out of however many slices of pie my mom cuts. So let's say that my mom cuts big slices. I'm not going to lie. You don't get to be my size if your mom cuts little slices. So let's say, so this is the top view of my mom's apple pie. Put the crust. That's a terrible crust. My mom's crust is better than that. I'm gonna put the little heat vents. Oh, nice shiny little pie. So let's say my mom cuts this in half, right? My mom slices it right down the middle. So now I have two halves of the whole one pie. And let's say she just does one more cut straight through the middle like that. So now, how many slices are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 slices of pie. So if I have one of these slices, I'm eating 1/4 or 1/4. It's the same thing. So this number represents my piece, or how much I have, and this number represents pieces to make a whole one. So even if so I've come by and I've eaten 1/4 of this pie. So there is only now 1, 2, 3/4 of that pie left. If somebody comes by with another apple pie, cuts it into quarters, and replaces the piece that I had eaten previously, it'll be a whole pie again. So 1 out of 4, that top number represents how many I have, and the bottom number represents how many pieces are in the whole thing. So the same thing can be done with money. And ironically, or not even ironically, beautifully, the U.S. monetary system actually breaks dollars into fractions. And they do it with pocket change, coins. So if I have a dollar, if my dollar is 1, 1/4 of my dollar is a 25-cent piece, or we call it a quarter. So 1/4 is another way of saying quarter. Quarter and 1/4 mean the exact same thing. So if I have, let's clear my pie pictures out of here. If I have a dollar and I add a quarter, I have $1.25. If I add another $1.25, I have now $2.50, or 2.5. So if I take 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4, which is represented by this. So 1 1/4 plus 1 1/4, it equals 2.50, but I mean change, to count change we use decimals, but we can convert that 0.5 into 2.5. So here's the mistake I see a lot of people make, is I say, what's 1.5 plus 1.5? And a lot of people say 2.5. No, if I take 1.5, so here I have $1 and $0.50, and I add another $1 and $0.50, that equals, oh, I slid that off the camera. So if I have, let me do that again. So if I have $1.50, $1.50 there, $1.50 there, this is the same as if I had $3. This is equal, this is $3. 1.5 plus 1.5 equals 3. So if that's confusing to you, think about money next time. Because if I have a quarter and then somebody gives me 3 more quarters, I now have a whole. If I have a 1/4 of an inch and I add 3 more 1/4 of an inch, I have a full inch.